Welcome back to Key Philosophies. This is Ra Moon, and I am here to bring you more initiation into Hermetics by Franz Bardon. We've gone through various magical trainings thus far, and now we are on magic physical training. I highly suggest you get to know the previous videos on this section. They all have the same thumbnail. I will put them in a playlist. This one, magic physical training. The tasks of the magical training of the body, according to step 1, must be retained and ought to become a daily habit, such as washing with cold water, rubbing the body from head to toe, athletic exercises in the morning, magic of water, conscious breathing, and so forth. The second step, training of the body, orders a change of the breathing exercises. In the previous step, we have learned how to breathe consciously and convey the desire inhaled together with the air through the akasha principle to the bloodstream via the lungs. In this chapter, I am going to describe the conscious pore breathing. Our skin has a double function, i.e., the breathing and the secretion. Therefore, we may consider the skin as a second piece of lungs and as a second kidney of the body. Everybody will understand now for which important reason we have recommended dry brushing, rubbing, washing with cold water, and all other directions. First of all, this was intended to exonerate our lungs completely and our kidneys partially, and secondly, to stimulate the pores to greater activity. It is certainly superfluous to explain how very profitable all this is for the health. From the magic point of view, conscious pore breathing is of the utmost interest for us. And therefore, we shall immediately pass on to the practice. Sit down comfortably in an armchair or lie down on a sofa and relax all your muscles. Try to think that with each inspiration, not only your lungs are breathing, inhaling air, but the whole body is doing so. Be firmly convinced that, together with your lungs, each single pore of your body simultaneously receives vital power and conveys it to the body. You ought to feel like a dry sponge which, when dripped into water, sucks it in greedily. You must have the same feeling when breathing in. This way, the vital power will pass from the etheric principle and your surroundings to yourself. According to his character, each individual will feel this entering of vital power through the pores in a different manner. When, after a certain amount of time and repeated exercises, you are skilled in inhaling through the lungs and with the whole body simultaneously, connect the two breathing methods to your desire. Inhaling, example, breathing in health, success, peace, mastering of passions, or whatever you need most urgently. The fulfillment of your desire, imparted in the present and commandment moods, is to be realized not only through the lungs and the bloodstream, but through your whole body. If you have attained a certain skill in this experiment, you may also influence exhaling magically by imagining that at each breathing out, you are secreting the opposite to your desires, such as weakness, failure, trouble, and so on. If you have succeeded in exhaling and inhaling through your lungs and whole body, this exercise is completed. The next exercise will deal with the control of your body. It needs a great skill to sit quietly and comfortably, and therefore it is necessary to learn how to do it. Sit down on a chair in such a way that your spine remains straight. At the beginning, you are allowed to lean back on the chair. Hold the feet together so that they form a right angle with the knees. Sit relaxed without any strain in other muscles. Both your hands resting lightly on your thighs. Set an alarm clock to sound off after 5 minutes. Now close your eyes and watch your whole body. At first, you'll notice that the muscles are becoming restless in consequence of the nervous stimulus. Force yourself as energetically as you can to persevere to sit quietly. However easy this exercise seems to be, as a matter of fact, it is rather difficult for a beginner. If the knees tend to separate constantly, you may tie them together with a string to begin with. If you are able to sit without jerking and any special effort for 5 minutes, each new exercise is to be extended 1 minute longer. If you have managed to sit for at least 30 minutes, quietly, comfortably, and without any trouble, this exercise is finished. When you have arrived at this point, you will state that there is no better position for the body to relax and to rest. Should anyone wish to use these exercises of psychic carriage for the purpose of developing the willpower, he may make out various carriages at his own discretion, provided he is able to sit relaxed and comfortable without any disturbance no disturbance at all for 1 full hour. The Indian yoga system recommends and describes quite a lot of such positions, asanas, asserting that one may win various occult powers by mastering them. It must be left undecided whether it is on the strength of these asanas that such powers are set free. We need a certain position for our magical development, no matter which one, the simplest being that which we described above. It is meant to reassure the body and strengthen the willpower. The main point will always be that mind and soul are in need of an undisturbed action of the body, a problem to be discussed in special exercises further on. Those scholars who become very tired, mentally as well as psychically, in performing the exercises of the first and second steps and fall asleep regularly during the concentration and meditative exercises will do best practicing them in the aforementioned position. The beginner ought to practice this sort of body control in his everyday life. He will find a great deal of opportunity by observation and attention. For example, if you feel tired, force yourself to do something else. In spite of your tiredness, irrespective of this being any hobby or a short walk. If you feel hungry, put off the meal for half an hour. If you feel thirsty, do not drink on the spot, but wait for a while. Being used to hurrying all the time, try to act slowly, and the other way around. Anyone who is slow should make a point of working fast. It is entirely up to the scholar to control and force body and nerves by willpower. This is the end of the second step exercises. So next, I suppose we should go over a summary. Yeah. So we've had magic mental training, autosuggestion, or the unveiled enigmas of the unconscious, concentration exercises, visual, auditory, sensory, olfactory, taste, magic, psychic training, by a fight or control, by autosuggestion, by transmutation or transforming into the opposite quality, magic, physical training, conscious pore breathing, conscious position of the body, body control in everyday life at will. Before falling asleep, the most beautiful and purest ideas are to be taken along into the sleep. So, just a refresher there. Thank you for joining me. Please let me know what you think if you tried some of these exercises. And in the next video, we'll go into step 3, which is not yet named. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this, please give me a like. Again, let me know what you think. Have a great day. Goodbye.